podcasts. How are those going?
No phone in bed's going pretty well. Get out of bed in 5 minutes works in the mornings. I've stuck to that 5:45 pretty consistently.
Nice.
One purchase meal per week works for me, but then usually we're with other people on the weekend, and then that doesn't count.
You're
so
right, yeah.
as long as I don't pay it. And planning your podcast, I have planned the last 3 podcasts. That has worked.
You're crushing.
But the other things up top have not worked.
Really?
Those schedules, no.
Yeah, like the things you need to accomplish in a day?
Yeah, I read somewhere that like 4 to 6 items is like the key amount.
Okay.
But I think you got to work up to the 4 first. So I think I need to like just start with like the top row. And like if I can do the top row, one thing every single day for 2 weeks, then add the next thing.
Yeah.
And then just slowly build to it rather than right now I'm like, fuck, look at all this stuff I got to do when I get home from work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do any of it.
You got it. You know what you could put on there? You could put on like work. And so you'd immediately have something to cross
Just
off.
cross things off, yeah.
Like put stuff, like when I make to-do lists, I do that. Like I put the most mundane, like shower.
Like make to-do list. Check
first
it off.
Episode,
yeah.
Boom. Yeah, first item, exactly.
There we go.
Do you list that in terms of importance?
No, I was just thinking of, first I thought of like videos and like production stuff, and that's why it's like podcast, Proton Paints Gaming.
Yeah. And
then I was like fitness stuff, that's probably important too, get that up there. And then hobbies, like guitar and all that other shit. So yeah, I think probably the fitness would probably help the most. Getting like a fitness regimen going, like that, getting that consistent, and then getting
just, turn brain off.
Yeah, and then getting like that brain chemicals, whatever it does, the endorphins and shit, just makes you feel better apparently.
Sure.
I think doing that would probably be important. So that's my plan. We go to 7 a.m. starts tomorrow at work.
Oh shit!
But since I'm so good at the 5:45, so my goal is to like 6 a.m. yoga. Get back on that train.
I will hop in on the 6 a.m.
All right.
If you're doing that, I'm in.
I'm going to try like a week of just morning yoga routines. So like the 20-minute videos.
Yeah.
And then after that, try and get like Tuesday, go to the gym. Thursday, go to the gym. And then Sundays, gym, or if you and Martin are lifting, join you guys on Sundays.
Yeah, I want to start lifting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. Anyways, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode. Yeah, I started recording. It's just easier. When there's stuff on your mind and it's feeling unclear, just hop on the mic and speak without fear. Let's air out. Welcome to episode 55 of Air and Air Out. You already heard the conversation going on. I am not alone for episode. This is weird that I have to look at the camera. It's like either I gotta ignore them or ignore you. It's one or the other. And then I'm also gonna have notes over there. So really I'm gonna ignore both of you, so you have to look at the camera pretty much.
Sure, no problem.
Which I guess I'll pull up my notes right now, which there's not, the intro, there's not a lot. There's not a lot.
I mean, how long have you were recording that for?
We're at like 3 minutes right now.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
What did they? Okay.
Yeah. So they got the whole schedule thing. I never talked about it yet, so I figured I might as well tell people how I'm still not doing anything. Just.
I mean, you're writing to-do lists.
That's true. But I feel like most of this podcast is me saying I'm gonna do something, and then the next week, like, yeah, I didn't do it. Didn't do it again.
I have the feeling that that's most people's lives.
Yeah.
And you're at least the opposite of that, you know?
True.
Like you have the balls to come on to the next podcast and be like, I'm not accomplishing any of the things that I said publicly to all of you that I would accomplish.
That's true.
That happens to people
I
all
could
the
just
time.
lie and be like, yeah, guys, I'm doing great. I'm getting all my stuff done. Been at the gym every day of the week.
And you can tell.
I'm playing guitar so much. Won't play it for you, though, because I'm still shy, but yeah.
And you charge for live performances, too.
I do. Yeah.
Some of your talent, all that practice time, I'm going to play for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then speaking of which, that's a good segue to the first thing I have on the intro is I talked last week about how I'm like, do I have ADD? Do I have ADHD?
Right.
Looking into it. So I got baked Friday night or Saturday night or some night.
Yeah.
Some night ending in Y.
Sure.
And I was like, I feel really good right now. I feel really focused.
Okay.
So I bet like weed probably helps ADD now that I'm diagnosed with ADD. Like it helps me because weed's it's like a spotlight drug, right? You know it too. Like you can laser focus on one thing and like do it really well, but then you're focused. If it shifts to something else, that whole thing's fucking dead to you.
Yeah, you tune everything else out.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's probably super beneficial because most of the time I feel like my brain's just jumping all around constantly, can't laser focus on one thing. So I Googled weed help ADD because I'm like, that was my Google search.
Weed help ADD.
Weed help ADD. And the first result you already saw, it was, where's that tab?
Yeah, where is that tab? Attitude mag.
The damaging effects of cannabis on the ADHD brain was the top result for weed help ADD, which completely negates the confirmation bias I was looking for.
That's terrible.
So I read that, I'm like, fuck. Yeah. That's not what I wanted to hear at all.
No.
And then I was not going to click on it and not read it because I'm like, it doesn't, fit my narrative.
Good for you. I would immediately X that onto the next one.
But I did read it, and I learned some things. You want to learn some things too?
I would love to.
Let's just read the.
You didn't preamble this by saying it was going to be fun, so I would love to learn these things.
That's true. True. There's actually not a lot of fun facts in this one.
Good.
This one's more of just a learning one.
Educational.
An educational.
I'm glad I'm here for the educational.
Yeah, you're in for the educational one. It kind of fits into your field as well.
Wow.
We're talking about a lot of brain stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Brains aren't real.
Cannabis growth has grown in popularity among people with ADHD, some of whom report that marijuana helps them manage symptoms of anxiety, rejection, sensitive dysphoria, and poor sleep without a prescription for medication. So far, sick.
You crushed that read too, by the way.
I'm getting a lot better at reading out loud.
That's a lot of words.
It is,
yeah,
it is tough.
Words.
It is tough.
Dysphoria?
I don't know what that means.
No, don't even worry about it. Just keep rolling.
What many teens and adults do not realize is that cannabis consumption is associated with dangerous risks, like cannabis use disorder, that disproportionately affects ADHD brains.
Sorry. Consuming cannabis is associated with using cannabis? Is that what, cannabis use? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what cannabis use disorder is.
I assume it's like you use cannabis to the level where you feel it's hurting your life.
Okay.
Like you're not accomplishing things you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Or like it's stalling you from completing even like daily tasks or things you want to be doing.
Right, okay. So that's up in the air. We don't have any evidence to prove that it's stopping me from doing.
We're not into
because I don't talk about not doing things or smoking cannabis on this podcast.
I've listened to every episode.
Neither has come up.
I don't think I could tell you a single episode.
No, find me one timestamp.
Yeah, good luck.
Where are the facts? I just wanted to read the facts, really.
I'm a facts kind of oriented guy.
This was a stupid fact. Studies show that more than half of daily and non-daily cannabis users have ADHD. What would be other users? If you're either daily or non-daily, this is lightning. Either kills you or it doesn't.
I guess you're supposed to understand that there's no difference in ADHD rates based off of daily users versus non-daily users.
Okay.
So daily use wouldn't cause ADHD.
Okay.
Probably what that would
That's why they specified it?
Yeah. It's a terrible way to tell you that, though.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, Attitude magazine, I'm sure they're not super scientific based.
It's
inside the ADD
attitude.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, this is just inside the ADHD mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1/3 of adolescents with ADHD report cannabis use. And people with ADHD are also 3 times as likely as their neurotypical peers to have ever used marijuana. So far, it is proving my if smoking weed does correlate with ADHD, I have ADHD because I smoke weed, based on what I'm reading here.
Perfect.
Cannabis is commonly abused, not in this house though.
No.
I should have looked up what cannabis. Want to see what cannabis use disorder is?
Yeah, see what the criteria.
Get the specific.
If it's in the DSM, it would.
Okay. We look at CDC. I mean, they're unable to stop using marijuana even though it's causing health and social problems in their lives. I feel like I can stop using it though. We're about to go on a month-long break after today.
Also, I don't think it's causing me any social problems. If anything, it's helping me socially.
It does, yeah.
Like it's a social event.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
That's problematic, but that seems like a plus.
It is. So CDC might probably wrong.
What do they even know?
What do they know? They got COVID wrong.
Right, that's all COVID.
Approximately 3 in 10 people who use marijuana have marijuana use disorder. How many people do we know that use marijuana? Me, you, Chris, Will.
Yeah.
Shit.
4 people. How many of us?
So that says 30%. So probably 1 in 4.
Yeah.
So one of us has cannabis. I'm gonna say Chris.
I'm no comment.
Okay, well Chris has it. We don't have it. So that's proven statistically. I don't think there's anything else in here. The only thing, the short-term and long-term cannabis use also impairs motivation. And that was the one thing that's like, yeah, that could be.
I feel like I'm already not motivated enough for cannabis to affect it,
Yeah, but I do feel like when we were on that long break, when Will quit like last December, I was like a video producing machine. Like I was getting shit done.
Yeah.
And then when I got this job at Westman, I'm like, I'm gonna have so much free time now after work. It's like a steady schedule, and then I've done nothing since then. But smoking weed at night is great.
Yeah, like weed is an excellent drug for not like preventing you from accomplishing the things you want to.
It is. It is. Yeah, if you can like smoke weed and then get right into your shit, you're doing great. But if you smoke weed and sit down on the couch,
which is common.
Goodbye 2 hours.
Couches are so nice.
They're so nice. They're so nice.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to do in this article. But pretty much, I don't have ADHD anymore, obviously, because I want to smoke weed. So
right, and
I'm
apparently
cured.
it doesn't cause ADHD. I learned
it does
that
not.
from this
It does not cause it.
That's great.
So that was the main intro topic. The other one, I just had Thanksgiving written down.
Thanksgiving.
I didn't.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This is Monday, October 10th, 2022. I didn't do anything this weekend for Thanksgiving. I guess today we're doing like a chicken fry.
Yes, we are.
It was spontaneous, though. It wasn't planned for Thanksgiving.
No.
We were hanging out with our new roommate, Howard,
Legend.
which I haven't talked about him at all in this podcast.
You're right, you have.
You've talked to him more than I think anyone.
Yeah, I love Howard. Howard and I chat every day.
Yeah, and it's fun chatting with Howard because he's not super great at English. Like, he's good enough that you can talk to him.
Yeah.
But sometimes you ask him a question, and then he, like, thinks about it, and then answers just a different question.
Yes, yeah.
And I love that, because you just got to go with it and just pivot and just keeps the conversation
you're talking
going.
about something new now, and you're just on it.
Yeah, I love it.
It keeps you on your toes. It's tough, though, because sometimes you have to generate then on that new line, and you're not certain what the new line actually is.
That's true. That's true. Now you're both figuring it out. Even though one of you speaks English, you're like, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yes! I love that dude.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. Very complimentary. Very generous.
Oh, super generous.
Yeah.
One of the most generous people that I've met, I think.
Yeah, he cooked us chicken on, was that Friday? Or Saturday? Friday night.
Friday.
Yeah, he cooked us chicken on Friday night to celebrate the end of his midterms. It's really good chicken.
It's
really
great
good
chicken.
Yeah.
He did a fantastic
Yeah, just
job.
did a bunch of drumsticks. Felt weird that he made all of it for us. I thought he was going to have some chicken with us. He's like,
I was
chicken
also
party.
under that impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just was going to make himself more food later. That was what ended up happening.
Yeah.
He just made a bunch of chicken for us to eat.
Yeah.
And then left.
Which is interesting. Interesting party. Hey guys, here's your cake. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
I'm going to eat the chicken regardless.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool if he hung out with us. But he did.
He did. We got him Saturday night. He just happened to come upstairs when we were hanging out with Chris and Andrea.
Yeah.
And he was just downstairs having some drinks. We're like, come on up, join the party. It was a lot of fun.
That was a great time.
He enjoyed us. He nudged us. We're cool guys. We're not going to kill him. He was scared of white people because I guess there's a white serial killer in China that like killed his roommates. So he's like, oh shit, this could be my roommates.
It could be us.
It still could be.
It's very possible.
It's not ruled out.
It's very possible. We're crazy.
The weed could be like toning us down. And if we get off the weed, we're like, we need some dopamine rush. Let's kill our Chinese roommate.
It's a 1-to-1. That's the first thing that.
We're gonna cook him in the same air fryer he cooked our chicken drumsticks in.
Oh, don't talk about Howard that way.
No, it never hurt Howard. He's a sweet guy.
Yeah,
so he's coming up with Chris and Andrew today for a little chicken fry Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Other than that, Thanksgiving, if you don't go home, I feel like there's no point in celebrating Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna cook a turkey and shit by myself.
Do you still take the time to give thanks?
No.
Well, yeah, you got it.
What am I gonna thank people? I did everything.
But like, aren't you kind of are you thankful to be born?
I feel like I didn't have a choice in the matter.
That's true, but you're here now. You have a choice to not be in the matter, though.
That's true, but I'm pretty lazy, so I feel like I'm already doing this life thing. I might as well just stick it out.
Yeah,
you know, I'm already on that course.
Yeah, right.
I'm not like scared of dying, but I'm not going to expedite the process.
I am scared of the way I could die.
Yeah.
Not of death itself, but of like going slowly.
Right.
With an inability to control it.
Right.
That sounds terrifying, you know?
Yeah.
Like just like being aware of your faculties slipping away. And
Yeah.
stuff. Or like, oh man, like that dude who got caught under that cave. That internet historian video. This man.
Oh yeah.
Was going to exploring like a new cavern underground to take tourists.
Yeah.
And he had to squeeze through some tight tunnels, and in his like final tunnel, getting collapsed.
Yeah.
On, and great rescue attempt, but no.
Yeah, alone in the dark for 3 days or something.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, that would have been miserable.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's not up there in my top 10 ways to go.
Yeah, that scares me for sure. But death, whatever, you know, you're dead.
Yeah, it's very true. Do you ever think that you could just like die at any second and like just come to that realization?
Absolutely.
Like someone could just fall out of the sky and just crush you.
You're just done,
Cars could just swerve, get you. Someone could have a bad day and shoot you.
Yeah.
You could just always die. But sometimes I also feel like I'm invincible. You ever get that feeling? Like I've
like,
never been
for
seriously
sure,
hurt,
yeah.
so I'm like my body's probably built stronger than everyone else is.
That Yeah. That's perfect. I mean, like, yeah, you've never had a serious injury in your life?
No, never broken a bone.
Never? Okay.
Never. Like, I've chipped some teeth and got some bumped and bruises, but
Yeah.
never.
You never, like, tore a muscle or something?
No.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, so you never had to, like, rehab and rest for a while?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Never anything that, like, severely impacted, like, the usual use of this body.
You might be.
I could be.
Invincible.
That's what I'm saying.
You might.
I'm immune to COVID.
Yep.
I'm invincible.
Yep. Because I had COVID for a week and a half.
Yeah.
And we hung out like, every day. And you're right. We spent more time together while I had COVID.
Yeah.
Than without. And you're fine.
I'm fine.
And that pisses me off. How did I get COVID?
Yeah.
We this is crazy. We were 4 feet away from each other at all times. And you didn't get it.
So that just means you're weaker.
Yeah, I guess
That's
so.
it.
I don't
You're
want to
less-
admit that or fucking acknowledge that on this podcast.
I'm more evolved because I got the COVID
That's fair.
prevention.
Gene?
There's been a lot of COVID going around lately, so I do wonder if I also like spread the COVID too. If I was like an asymptomatic carrier, because there's a lot of people around me that got COVID.
Yeah.
And I took no precautions after you got COVID. I just went as business as usual. I went, I'm negative, so I'm fine. That's.
If it's like, imagine you got to play COVID the video game. It was like a role playing game, and you got to pick your role.
Yeah.
And one was like asymptomatic super spreader.
Yeah.
That is exactly the role that you would
100%.
choose voluntarily.
Yeah.
And that, I swear to God, maybe that is you. Like, I feel like I got COVID from you half the time. Like, I'm like 50% certain I got it from one place, and then the other is like 50% error.
Yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your genes. Like you got some from your mom, some from your dad.
Some
You got a
from
little
Aaron.
COVID from if you're in class.
Yeah.
And a little COVID from, I guess, my coworker who was sick beside me.
Oh my God! So I got like mutated.
You got
COVID
both
inside of me?
COVIDs.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a stronger COVID. Maybe now you're immune to all future COVIDs.
I better be.
I think you should be like, your immune system should be more developed now after getting COVID because they've been introduced to something they'd never seen before.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should be better off. I think there's a pneumonia going around right now too. They were saying at work. A bunch of people they know are getting pneumonia.
Oh, I probably had that too.
Yeah.
I got the sense that I might have had that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe not. I probably fought that off pretty quickly. Just had the COVIDs.
True. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, yeah, after that Thanksgiving talk, the last thing we have is a car on the porch.
Car on the porch?
That was like the only exciting thing that happened this week, and that was yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good week.
Yes, we were driving to the Geotime Trails to go for a walk with Chris and Andrea. And as we're like, I'm driving, Ethan's the passenger, and we just drive by this little side street, and Ethan goes, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I like quickly look, and I see some like police tape, and I didn't actually see what it was. And like, there was a car on the porch of a house. I'm like, that's absolutely crazy. No way. So text Chris and Andrea, we're going to be late. I flip a B because I want to go see this car. And yeah, there's literally a car balanced up on the concrete like patio steps of a house with maybe like 2 wheels on the ground, like
just the back
left wheels on the ground.
Back wheel on the ground.
Yeah.
2 wheels in the air.
Yeah.
Front right wheel on the steps. The
Yeah.
top step, cement steps.
Yeah, they got all the way up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the railing destroyed, completely destroyed.
Yeah.
I think like he made contact with the very front right side of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell like the vehicle looked like kind of stable, but the metal looked flimsy.
Right.
Like all the exterior parts looked a little screwed up.
Yeah.
Just I don't know how you possibly get your car that way.
Yeah, we were hypothesizing whether it's like a late night drunk driver, but we were going by this at like 3:30 in the afternoon.
3 p.m.
So it would have been there for hours and hours if it was like last night's thing. So it would have had to been a today thing. And then Andrea said like maybe it was like a diabetic shock or something, or like an ulp or something, like a seizure or something.
Boom.
Yeah. So we thought about all that, and then Andrea found the article, and it was just a shitty driver, just a dangerous driving.
2:40 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Residential neighborhood.
Yeah.
No commercial zone anywhere near you. You could go 10 kilometers an hour. You wouldn't run into any traffic out there.
Yeah.
And somehow this guy drove onto someone else's front porch steps after a full driveway length, presumably going over their lawn.
Yeah.
Like at 2:40 in the afternoon on a Saturday. No inebriation, no drugs, dangerous driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sure dangerous.
Yeah, so there is a roundabout at the top of the street, like to enter into that little side street. But the house that was hit was like halfway down. It wasn't the first house on the corner.
It was like 2 or 3 plus a mailbox break,
yeah.
Right? And so there's no way you come flying out of the roundabout and end up that way.
Yeah.
Or you do and you drove through multiple people's driveways and they had cars there. So I think he came from the street that the house was on.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know how he flew into it. He had a passenger.
Mm-hmm.
I assume something happened with the passenger. But
Yeah.
could you imagine just like you're in it 2 p.m. on a Saturday, and very quickly your drive turns into you're on someone else's front porch?
Yeah. What do you say to your passenger after that?
Wow. Probably run.
Yeah.
Well, they're fine. I guess like check if they're okay. You're the driver. You're the one who screwed up.
Yeah.
I'd probably look to shell any blame onto the passenger as much as I could.
Yeah, they were texting or something. They were being distracting.
Yeah,
Maybe they farted. Yeah.
They're my nav.
Yeah.
They're my nav. They are responsible just as me
Yeah.
in the piloting of this vehicle. And they told me to go to the stairs, and I went.
Yeah, you said take the next right, and that's exactly what I did. As soon as I could turn right.
Can't fault them. Yeah. There was a whole crime scene, too.
Yeah, it was a whole shebang.
The tape up. Some dude was taking crime scene photos.
Yep.
There was all the emergency vehicles there. There were neighbors gathering around. There were people like us who would just like very occasionally see that in the roundabout. Turn right around, go on a little drive by. Yeah. You know, we're respectful people here. You know how it is.
Yeah, so that was an exciting Sunday afternoon, and that's pretty much the only thing that happened in the past week.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything else notable that happened, which I think my memory's gone because of the weed.
I don't know.
Only my short-term memory, though.
Your long-term.
My long-term memory.
Short-term is
my long-term memory is great, but I also wonder how much it is just the same job, same place every single day. They just blend together.
Yeah.
It's just the monotony of it.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to differentiate between what day was what.
Yeah, you'll only know where the holes are when you start to try to recall it.
Yeah.
And then you start to like when the days start to really blend together, and you start mixing up 4 events happen on the same day.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, other than that, I don't have anything else for this intro of the podcast. Do you have anything to add?
No, I don't think so. I feel like we've crushed this so far.
All right, we have.
Yeah.
We have. So now we can move into the topic of this podcast. Since I got my right-hand man here, I want to talk about right-handedness.
Right-handedness.
Right-handedness, yeah. I was thinking, why are so many people right-handed? Why is that like a human thing?
Yeah, that's
that
a good
we all
question.
use our right hands? Do you know why?
I have no clue.
Okay, well, hopefully we can.
Why would we be one-sided dominant?
We can dig a little deeper. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. You think ideally you'd be able to use both hands just as effectively.
Yeah, I would have like the brain is quite symmetrical, but it's not perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah.
So maybe it would have to do with particular regions in the brain that develop on one side that don't quite develop on the other. But I don't know. Hesitant that that's going to be the reality.
All right, well, I'll throw some science at you and see what you think.
Okay, bring it on, Aaron.
All right, we'll be right back.
Oh.
Musical interlude.
And we're right back.
Hey, look at that. Huh?
All right, look at that. And we're into the meat and potatoes. I wonder how long we've been going so far, actually. This is a good idea to check.
Wait,
20 minutes. Holy shit.
We're gonna check that while we just got into the second segment. Now we're just ending the first.
And we're back.
And
All right,
we're
what's
back.
going on, guys? We
good
are
to be
now
back.
into the learning portion of the podcast. As I mentioned very shortly ago,
Yeah.
we're talking about right-handedness in our society. I'm right-handed.
I'm right-handed too.
2 for 2, 100% in this room. 85% of our species are right-handed.
Okay.
That number does seem to fluctuate based on whatever page you look at, but it's like 70 to 95 seems to be the number. Most
good
people,
chunk of people
most
are
people are
right-handed.
right-handed, and then it's usually like 10 to 15% are left-handed, and then you get the weirdos that do both. What are they? Amphibians.
Amphibians.
Yeah. There have never been any report of a human population in which left-handed individuals dominate. So it's just always been a right-handed dominated species.
Okay.
About 25% of our handedness is heritable, with the remaining factors being environmental and unknown.
Like, what other factors are there other than your genes or your environment?
Your environment, yeah. That's it.
Unknown is cool though.
A lot of it comes from just being raised. You can easily, when you're a
I
child,
see.
you can be forced
Okay.
into one or the other.
Yeah. So you're saying, do people have maybe this is an early question. Do people have like an instinctive right or left-handedness, or is it just like they pick something up, they practice, and then all of a sudden that becomes the normal?
So based on what I've read here, the normal is they'll go to the right hand first.
Oh.
And then it's like the odd case.
Oh.
But most people will like instinctually as a child favor their right hand for like writing and all that shit.
Okay.
Everything.
That's cool.
So the bias towards using one side over the other starts in the brain, just like you said.
Wow.
Already right. The brain is split into 2 hemispheres, the right and the left, each controlling separate activities. There's some crossing of the nerves that occur, which means that the left side of the brain controls the right side, and then vice versa. So the left hemisphere will control your left arm. Should we say right arm, right leg, right hand, etc. So left side controls the right side controls the left.
Yeah.
Which I think most people know that.
I think most people get that. It includes like your vision too.
Yeah. Your left brain is your right eye.
Yeah,
and
all the visual information is processed for the opposite eye.
Right.
The side of the brain.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit going on in the brain. It is a crazy processing power.
Yes, that's right.
Early arguments were that the brain separation was to allow us to accomplish multiple tasks at the same time. For example, the left side can be used for routine operations like collecting food and using tools, while the right is kept idle to detect any changes in the environment or react to any threats from prey, etc.
Cool.
So in a lot of fish, toads, and birds, they're more likely to attack prey if it's seen in their right eye rather than their left eye.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I think they said the brain uses 20% of your caloric intake, like daily calorie intake.
Okay.
So the idea is that to save like your energy, your brain will split up the activities so that you can just do, rather than using both sides at the exact same time and just burning more calories.
Right.
Favor one side to do most of the stuff, then the other one's just ready to jump in if needed for that like extra boost.
Yeah, okay, that's a neat idea. I guess like dolphins are like that, right? When they sleep, they shut off only half of their brain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So
What half?
Probably the half that was not rested recently. They probably just alternate, I assume.
So do they have to sleep less then?
I don't know how it affects their overall sleeping time.
Yeah.
But I believe that they are like half sleeping essentially. It's like they're only
So if they
sleeping.
have to, like a shark or something comes, they're
you're
gone.
floating in the water. You got predator. We're not like they're not sleeping in nice beds. Right?
Yeah.
Like I assume they got to be real awake and alert and ready to go.
Yeah, that'd really suck.
Yeah, for real.
Just for any animal sleeping and knowing you could get eaten.
I mean, yeah.
Like that is just not a threat we have.
No,
ever.
really not. I feel like I give that threat to other people sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Which would be interesting to live in like a crime-heavy neighborhood and seeing how well you sleep.
For real?
If there's like break-ins going on all around you or some shit, just like how much sleep are those people actually getting?
Oh,
probably just ruins you. What did I read last? Animals' eyes.
Various fish, toads, and birds.
I told you.
Yeah.
They're more likely to attack prey seeing their right eye.
So if I'm looking to avoid an attack from those animals,
Attack from the left.
I should go on the left. Yeah.
Attack from the left.
Like you could just like they're like walking, they're like this stick figure, and you're just on one side of them the whole time, and they're turning, and you're turning with them, and like can't see me. Yeah, that's natural.
Well, they see you as a good guy, and then if you cross the threshold, boom, bad guy.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, threshold. Watching too much. In humans, it's hypothesized that once they were upright rather than all fours, this preference for the right hand became more apparent as the need to use tools and collecting food was now needed for the free hands. So yeah, we weren't always walking on 2 feet, so it didn't.
Really?
We didn't become right-handed until we had, I guess,
hands?
a separation from hands and feet.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Studies done on chimps show that when on all fours, they had no preference for handedness. Though when made to stand upright, they favored a hand, although the left and right hand were both equally as used. So something else must have pushed to the extreme right-handedness that we see in humans.
Right. So like we have ancestors who also can have hands.
Yeah.
And when they stand up, like we stood up, they don't show a preference, but we show a preference.
Yeah, chimps don't care. Chimps have a preference, but it's not mostly right-handed.
Okay.
Whereas humans, it's like pretty much guaranteed. If you're gonna guess someone's handedness, it's gonna be right-handed.
Cool.
9 out of 10 times. So researchers were trying to figure this stuff out. Big mystery in the science world. They began making primitive tools to imitate those used by our ancestors. They used either the right or left hand to chip away at like stones and wood and that to make very simple tools, and then compared these to artifacts that they found in the past to see like were more tools made with the left hand or the right hand.
Cool. Yeah.
And there was like a marginal amount of tools that looked like right-handedness was favored about 2 million years ago.
Oh wow.
And then they found some stone tools in Kenya 1.5 million years ago that were made by the Homo habilis and Homo erectus, which show more evidence of the right-handedness was spreading species-wide.
Right.
So in 500,000 years, more have gone right-handed. And then once the Homo heidelbergensis arrived 600,000 years ago, there was a clear distinction that there's a right-handed preference in their society.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're all familiar with the Homo.
The Homo heidelbergensis.
Heidelbergensis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, really, how much more do we even need to go into that? Really?
I don't think so. That's just common knowledge at this
Yeah,
point. We've
yeah.
all read *Sapiens*,
Right.
So
yeah.
we're
so
well aware.
Very familiar with those guys.
And then they also looked at wear on preserved teeth. So looking at like the scratch marks on their teeth, and they found that it looks much more common that they're using their right hand to put food in because it's like scratching their teeth.
Yep.
And they also had things where like I guess they had tools where they would hold like a leather strap or something in one hand.
Yeah.
And then use their hands to like strike it.
Okay.
And based on that, it looked like they were favoring using their right hand to like I don't know what they were doing.
Cool.
What are those dumb monkey people were you up to? Probably not playing Xbox or anything.
No.
Idiots.
Those Heidelberg Genesis peoples.
Yeah.
Real backwards.
Didn't even have iPhones.
Real backward folks.
Come on. So this gives us an idea of when the shift occurred, but not why.
Yeah.
So it's just further proving that this is like a historical thing and not so
It's
much.
happening.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
Yeah. So another argument comes down to the use of language.
Cool. All right.
Most people do the bulk of their linguistic processing in the brain's left hemisphere. This is even more common than right-handedness. So I guess there's a few people that have a right hemisphere linguistic processing. But for the most part, you can assume it's in the left brain. As the brain's left hemisphere evolved for language, the right hand usage intensified as a result of the reliance on the left hemisphere. So I guess since we're talking more, we're using the left side of the brain more, and just that being more active.
Gesturing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get used to using your right hand more and
Yeah.
more. This is called the Homo loquens hypothesis.
Okay.
So lateralization in general was driven by the evolution of an upright bipedal stance, while the rightward preference was driven sometime later by the evolution of language.
Wow.
So I think that's why you also see like the generations, the 2 million years ago, not so much right-handedness, probably not a lot of vocal communication, and then getting up to 600,000 years ago, a lot more right-handedness. I'm sure the communication process of those people's probably increased, seeing more language usage.
So it's like as the language area of the brain develops,
Yeah.
we get more right-handed. And
Yeah.
is this like pre-language? Like, are we speaking in these years?
I don't know when language started.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's old. It's real old.
Very old, yeah.
Yeah, and like we were communicating through language, through sign language before we were communicating
Right.
vocally. And so I wonder, like, is it you start to develop speech, and then somehow that's affecting the areas of the brain, and then you start using your handedness? I guess I'm not quite following this argument. What the hell are they saying? You get brain areas in your left that have to do with language, and therefore, because of communication, you use your hands more?
I think because you're activating that left portion of the brain more, then that's related with your right side. It just began, they're saying that, just using, it's just, you're giving more gas to this side.
Huh.
And the right side's like doing that idle thing we talked about.
Yeah. All right.
Right-handedness may be an accident, although it's to prove it require running neurological tests on our long dead ancestors.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, I think it's tough, I guess, somehow. There's not a lot of our long dead ancestors alive right now that we can run the tests on. I don't know how long brains last, but not long enough.
Probably not. Damn.
So that was pretty much, that's like where the history of our right-handedness comes from, is that we don't know.
A long time ago. Here's some explanation.
It is, I can tell you, it looks to be as part of our species. It's not just like a choice we're making.
Right.
Although it's very hard to prove.
We seem to have evolved a preference for right-handedness.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And why? Who knows? You can make up your own. I've given you enough information here. You can just repeat this confidently, and no one will question you on it.
That's true.
So you can just state this as fact.
Oh, if you start pulling out Homo Heidelberg Genesis, people are gonna listen real quick.
Exactly, and like I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the Homo loquens hypothesis. So yeah, drop those at your Thanksgiving dinner table. I guess next year, because
this podcast is coming out after
you missed it.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah, this is coming out in 2 or 3 days.
That's a real shame. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope it was a great time.
Are you guys, did you have turkey yesterday?
No, I'm so thankful too.
Yeah.
I'm hardcore on the never turkey train in terms of a bird. I think a roast chicken is the way to go always.
Yeah.
And that's what we had.
Nice.
I didn't even know that going into the dinner. And I was so pumped.
What were the sides?
Oh, the standard stuff. Carrots, mashed potatoes, gravy, biscuits, appetizer, devil egg. It was good.
Oh, yeah.
Good meal.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's real nice.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, now that Ethan derailed us, let's get back into the facts here.
Daisies.
The handedness and life facts is what I call this. And this was just all the stuff I didn't know where to put it.
Yeah.
So
they're facts.
we just threw them out here.
Sure.
Do you know that left-handedness was suppressed in Europe and the U.S. during the 19th and early 20th century? So the natural occurrence of like about 10% decreased down to 3% over that time.
Good for them.
During this time is because students were forced to write right-handed because all the factory machines were developed for right-handed individuals. So they want to make good workers. They got to force them to get that strong right hand.
Right.
About 32% of people with dyslexia are left-handed, though
Wow.
being a lefty is also linked to better verbal skills and lower risk of Parkinson's.
What?
So I want to throw some out there for the left-handers out there if you feel.
You're dyslexic probably, but no Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And that's Parkinson's. That's scary stuff, man.
Yeah, which I guess that dyslexia thing would kind of link into that left linguistic processing thing.
Right. If your right brain isn't processing language as much as your left brain is, then you'll probably find a higher incidence of dyslexia.
Yeah.
For left-handed to right-handed. Yeah.
That checks out. So we'll give you that one. Unsourced Google Docs fact.
Yeah. Boom. +1.
A study using thousands of brain scans and hundreds of thousands of sequenced genomes. I took that sentence because they didn't give an actual link to the study.
Perfect.
So I'm like, just give me the ramification, the methodology used. They found a significant positive correlation between left-handedness and mental health outcomes, such as sensitivity, worrying, and fed-up feelings.
Sure.
So if you're left-handed and you're fed up, it's because you're left-handed.
Yeah, that must be. That must be. And I don't see anything that could possibly.
I mean, there was a significant positive correlation.
You got me.
Correlation equals causation.
Absolutely.
Fetuses start to move their arms around 9 weeks, and by the second trimester, what is a trimester?
That is like every 3 months, right? Because it'd be a 9-month pregnancy, so trimester being 3, and so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
So what is a semester?
I don't know.
You think it'd be 2?
Presumably the root of the word is the same, that mester.
Yeah.
So like whatever like C as a prefix would mean. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. Twice?
Yeah, so second trimester, babies show a preference for sucking one thumb over the other. So it shows that they say it, handedness is hardwired at birth. However, the dominant hand cannot be known until age 2 or 3 because children use both hands for a myriad of activities.
Cool. So like the handedness is like wired at birth, but it doesn't show for a while?
Yeah, so like you can see it in the belly. The fetuses will choose like one thumb to suck over the other.
Wow.
But then I guess when they come out and there's more things to do, they like use both hands until they're 2 or 3 when they'll commit to one.
Cool.
But I think it would be interesting to see like the correlation between like how many babies suck in their right thumbs are right-handed versus left-handed, and see is there actual relation, or is it totally just as soon as they're born they're just randomly, I guess they would favor right-handed based on all this science I'm giving you. But
yeah, you're listing tons of facts here.
A lot. Having an inconsistent dominant hand can link to dyslexia, though researchers don't know why. That's like I guess ambidextrous people. If kids are switching back and forth a lot, they found those kids had like learning difficulties.
Oh,
if they didn't commit to one hand.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have picked a hand then.
Probably should have.
Anybody can be blamed but them.
That's their fault.
Yeah.
You're dumb because you don't know which hand to use.
Shame.
Lefties, here I'm going to throw you another fun one. Lefties have an edge in combat sports like fencing and boxing, as well as like cricket, baseball, table tennis, a lot of sports involving using your arms. Left-handed people are much better.
How?
I think most of it is that the righties are all training with righties. So a lefty comes along, like in boxing, you're used to protecting from that right arm. The left arm's just going to creep up on you and get you. In baseball, southpaws and switch hitters made up half of the all-star rosters.
Whoa.
I guess because pitching is harder to predict what pitch is going to be if it's coming from the opposite hand.
Yeah.
And apparently in baseball, if you hit left, you get to stand closer to the base for some reason.
Yeah, you do.
So it's easier for them too.
Because where the batter's box is, if you have your diamond, first base is here, righties are in this batter's box, lefties are in this batter's box.
Oh, so they hit and just go rather than running across the base.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool because in the major leagues, those couple of feet would really matter.
Yeah, really I think there is a high number of left-handed people in the Major League Baseball.
Fun.
Yeah,
that's fun.
They're just
dominating. That's a fun fact. That's a fun fact. How long have I been on this podcast? This is like 3rd, 4th episode.
Yeah.
That's the first actual fun fact that you
Yeah,
gave me.
that was a fun fact.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we got it.
I'm glad to.
Now we get into the things that I copy and pasted from Wikipedia because
Good.
I didn't want to copy them down.
Sure.
Johns Hopkins University concluded that there is no statistically significant correlation between handedness and earnings for the general population, but among college-educated people, left-handers earned 10 to 15% more than their right-handed counterparts. So if you went to college and you're left-handed, you're making more money. 10 to 15% more.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're making $1 million, they're making $1.1 million.
That's not fair.
That's, well, you should change your hand.
You
went to college.
I did go. Well, yeah. This is crazy.
Is Martin left-handed?
No, he's not.
Okay, so you guys are both making the same. That's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
But if you
Why
got
is
in,
that good?
if you changed hands though,
I can make
you're
more
probably
than
gonna get a
him.
raise.
That's how. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
You're
know
convincing
why.
me.
I don't know.
That can't.
There's gonna
I'm
be
not-
something
I'm not
completely
believing
unrelated
that.
to
I'm
that.
absolutely not believing
Yeah.
that. I guarantee you that just they didn't statistically correct for
Yeah.
multiple comparisons,
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah.
found a type 1 error.
Will switched hand he jerks with after breaking his arm. That was
That was not in Wikipedia. That can't be in Wikipedia.
That was in Wikipedia. Yeah, that was in Wikipedia. That was also a fun fact. Will's like the only guy I know that. He broke his right arm when he was young, and then he couldn't jerk off with it, so he switched to his left arm, and now he's a left arm jerker-offer, masturbator.
It's just incredible.
Yeah.
It really speaks to how plastic the brain is, right?
It is.
You just you can switch that. You get forced to do that thing, and your brain just adapts. And
Yeah.
I guess we're doing this now for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, it's truly incredible.
Holy cow.
You know what? I think that Will fact actually broke up this other thing. However, more recently in a 2014 study published by the National Bureau of Economic Research, just ignore that Will jerk off thing.
Sure, it's out of my mind already.
Economist Joshua Goodman finds that left-handed people earn 10 to 12% less over the course of their lives than right-handed people. Goodman attributes this disparity to higher rates of emotional and behavioral problems in left-handed people. So I think because I copied this down, it's because I was going to use this one, and then I'm like, it immediately negates the sentence down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's probably what most of these podcasts are about, is I find a bunch of facts that cross each other out, and I just pick one of them. Whatever one sounds more fun.
And so this time you gave both.
This time I gave both.
Yeah.
Because it was the same paragraph.
So they find there's no difference in the gen pop, and this guy found that there is a difference in the gen pop. And what's worse is the difference that he found is that left-handed people make less.
Mm-hmm.
And the Johns Hopkins study found that for college-educated left-handers, they're going to make more than college-educated right-handers.
Yeah.
And it's approximately the same number in opposite directions.
Yeah.
10 to 15%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I which one do you believe? You gotta pick one.
I'm gonna believe they make less because I'm right-handed.
I'm gonna believe they make more, and I'm gonna be upset about it. And I think we should get rid of left-handed people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we all get 10 to 15% more money.
There's fewer people. There's more money to go around.
Yeah.
That's how I think about things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
So if you're left-handed, just let us know.
Let us know.
We'll get back to you.
We will. Please give us all of your contact information and your medical history.
Male and female, men are 23% more likely to be left-handed.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah. What the heck?
If you can see, there's a little comma here where the quote did start that I didn't copy and paste. I just took the fact itself.
Indicating that men are 23% more
something
likely.
indicated.
So there's something that tells us that, okay. We as in you and I, have no idea what that is.
Yeah, because I think I pasted over the fact with that last fact.
I mean, I don't blame you. But it's not even that important, the indicating part.
You just need the result.
You need the number. You need the number.
No one really needs to know why.
Yeah.
And finally, a study at Durham University, which examined mortality data for cricketers whose handedness was a matter of public record, found that left-handed men were almost twice as likely to die in war as their right-handed contemporaries.
Wow.
The study theorized that this was because weapons and other equipment was designed for the right-handed.
Right. Similar to factories.
Yeah, exactly. I can sympathize with all those left-handed cricketers who have gone to an early grave trying desperately to shoot straight with a right-handed Lee Enfield 303, wrote a journalist reviewing the study in the Cricket Press. The findings echo those of previous American studies, which found that left-handed U.S. sailors were 34% more likely to have a serious accident than their right-handed counterparts.
Wow. So one thing to keep in mind here is these are relative, not absolute changes in risk, right? So 34% could mean like one more incident.
Yeah.
We just don't know the absolute change. Yeah, so that sounds like it could be brutal. Maybe it wasn't. Although, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people have died in wars. I'm not going to produce the number. I feel like a lot of people have died in wars.
Yeah.
And so if there's a percentage chance, it's like 30% more deaths.
That's a lot of
That's
deaths.
probably not a small difference.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll believe again that left-handed people make more money. That's because they're dying a whole bunch when it comes to war. Like they get the real shit end of the stick when we go to war.
That's true.
So we got to pay them more when we're not in war.
Which that then makes sense for that. They make 10 to 12% less because they're in their lifetime because they're just not living as long.
They're just dying. I mean, a shame. Could have been prevented if they had just learned to use their right hands.
That's true.
But
it is a right-handed world.
Yeah. It's a dog-eat-dog world and it's a right-handed world. It's the two facts.
Yeah, you guys got to adapt. So that's all I wrote down on this right-hand, left-handedness thing.
Was this 3 pages? I remember you talking about 3 pages.
No, this is 2.5.
And there's like a little intro at the top.
Which the intro is 3 points, and the outro is non-existent.
Yeah.
Because after writing all this stuff out, I'm not gonna write an outro.
I mean, I didn't even know the intro had started when we started the intro.
That's true.
I think it's a fine.
That's
point.
true.
Although to be honest, that playing your podcast, how well do you think you succeeded at that?
I mean, the planning really just comes down to the bulk, this right-handed thing. Just if I have a main topic that can take up like half an hour, that's the planning portion. Mm-hmm. Or else it's just me giving you every detail about my past week that's just not interesting.
Yeah. If you could add an arm to your body anywhere, and it would be a full arm with hand extension, where would you want it to be? The third arm attachment on your body.
What is its connection point like? Like, is it like a shoulder so it can only have like 270 degrees, or can I get a 360-degree rotation?
I'm going to let you determine the connection joint based on where you put it on your body.
Okay. I feel like I'd want something that can protect my back.
Oh, yeah.
Like scratching my back. So if I could do like base of the neck, like a 360.
Oh, like a rear windshield wiper that goes all the way.
Yeah. If I got that, then I could scratch my back. I could like block things from above my head. I could protect my face. Like I could have my hand here and then still use these hands.
That's good. I mean, the third hand just sounds great.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'd want more hands. The more hands that I can control, the better.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'd like to be a spider in my lifetime.
Would you want a right hand or a left hand?
Wow. I'd neither. Give me 2 thumbs.
A thumb on each side. Would you get rid of a pinky?
Or go 6 fingers? Would I be willing to trade this for these 3? Yeah, if I had to. If not, I'll take the 4 and 2. I'll take 6 on one hand.
Yeah, 6 is a good number.
2 fully functional thumbs, though. That's the requirement. I don't want no small tiny thumb here. I want a fully functional grip.
Yeah, think about the strength you would have that just wrapping around something.
Someone's just jerking off somebody's cock. Like, wow. Yeah. Would change their life. Would change mine.
That would be life changing. Where'd you put yours?
Okay. I love the idea of the back scratcher.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I had to shift mine to something where even if I don't put it on my back, it's got to be able to reach the back area.
Yeah.
That's key. I was thinking mid-chest might be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I kind of like the idea of just having something protruding right here, just coming at you. But I realized that could make things like hugs awkward.
Yeah.
So maybe like a detachable arm, like a prosthetic
thing. Okay, yeah.
And I'll take off the shoulder mobility. That's fine. It won't be able to go crazy. But as long as it can have a bend and come back here. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, that'd be huge. Yeah. And you could feed yourself with it.
Wow,
you can touch yourself with it.
Which is, I mean, really
those are the 2 directions you have to go usually.
Yeah. I don't know what else you use your hands for, really.
And you could surprisingly punch someone because they're gonna be looking here and then boom, straight out the chest.
All of your shirts could have little slits cut into them.
Yeah.
And then you'd have it so it's lightly sewn, so that no one sees that you've cut it all that way. Mm-hmm. But then whenever you need to, boom.
Just bust out like the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They're surprised.
Yeah. Whenever you're within 3 feet of someone's personal space.
Yeah.
Just having a normal conversation just like this. That's when boom, you just get punched in the face. Don't cross me, dude. I could have it on right now.
That would be surprising. You should try and get that going.
I feel
invest some money into it. Find an arm first.
I do have to find an arm.
And go from there.
I feel like to become a bionicle, which is a spider bionicle is really the ultimate life goal for me.
Yeah.
That would be just about how do I get the bionicle thing set up. Gonna have to go to some doctor, hopefully some evil robot surgeon doctor.
Yeah.
And he'll figure out a way to wire it straight into my heart or something or my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, you got a functional third arm. And then attach whenever you want to.
Yeah, and then maybe you get Bluetooth in it so you can still use it when it's attached.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool as heck.
It could crawl around and band your stuff still.
You got a minion arm.
Yeah.
That's a sweet
I would
idea.
get smaller arms put on my big arm so that it could have its own arms.
Like branches.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, a little arm tree.
Oh, man. But then, like, okay, you'd have to try out that feeling of just being able to, like, wow, that's kind of nice, though. Just like taking your hand and running it up and down your arm.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I already got 2 of those.
Would it make showering kind of weird, too? To, like, go over all of your branches?
You'd have to there's be a lot of
Imagine
nooks and crannies in there.
Oh, you'd have
They
to
get
much
so
clean.
dirty.
Oh, wait, but all of your hands could do cleaning, too. So
That's
I feel
true.
like ultimately you just speed up the process.
I'd be the cleanest. Yeah.
That's a real turnaround for you, too.
That is
Be the
huge.
cleanest?
That is huge. To be the cleanest?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not in the running right now.
I think you're quite far away from second, even.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably in the other direction.
Second from the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that really dirty guy in Iran that hasn't showered in 35
Yeah.
years, and then me. I would love to give that guy a bath, though. So satisfying.
Like, would you want to be in the bath with him? Like, would you want to like have one big tub, and then he slides in, you slide in right behind him?
I mean, if I got to see the satisfaction of the dirt, like washing away, like power washing them,
Oh.
I'd sit in that tub.
Okay, so it isn't about you getting some of the dirt on you. This isn't.
No,
like
I
want to
see him get
become
cleaned.
the dirtiest man of all.
Let me see if
Well,
I
I
can
guess
find
he
the
will be.
world's dirtiest man.
If you are the second dirtiest man in the world and you clean the dirtiest man, you take the title.
Yeah, look at this guy.
He's incredibly dirty.
Don't you just want to power wash him?
I mean, like, in a way that wouldn't hurt the man.
I don't want to hurt him, no.
No, but I do want to. You're right. The
It would be
satisfaction
so
of being able to just
satisfying.
like mow the lawn down the forehead of
Yeah.
dirt. Yeah, that would be fun.
And seeing his real skin color come through.
What do you think
I mean,
it is?
like that bathtub would be so dirty.
It would be the worst.
I'm guessing it's probably something like what's
How
going on
long of
up
a
here.
shower would that guy need to get clean?
Well, he hasn't showered in 65 years, I'm gonna assume. That's not days.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't even know if like he did. I think it'd be scrubbing and not just showering.
For real.
You have to really get in there because that stuff is probably clogging his pores.
Oh man, I watch these rug cleaning videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen
and
them.
I imagine it had to be a similar process.
Probably
You're
just
going
like him.
multiple layers, all sorts of chemicals,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just hoping to get something that resembles the original thing when you're done.
Yeah, if I ever get any kind of fame, I think I want to raise money to give this man a bath.
You should start a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. He doesn't want it though. That's the problem.
What if the Kickstarter is pay him to want it,
Okay.
and then get a second Kickstarter to do it?
Okay. I don't even know if he wants money though. The man eats garbage. And
What? Okay. How much garbage could you purchase with money? Or how much could we do a Kickstarter for garbage?
if we could, everyone start
throw
chipping
your
in their
trash
garbage.
over
Yeah,
this
it's like a
side, he'll
food
take it.
drive except for a trash drive.
Yeah, I know. Like, how many people wouldn't just want to get rid of some trash?
Yeah.
And you can just give it to this dude.
And then it's like Christmas for him, kind of like every day. He's got all these garbage bags to look through.
You could make that happen.
Yeah,
You could make
I could make his
Christmas
day.
for this day every day.
I could drive to Iran, put dump loads of garbage trucks around him,
Yeah.
and then take him to a bath.
Wow.
That'd make his day.
Wow. Would the gifts be to distract him from taking him to the bath? Because he doesn't want to bathe.
Yeah.
He just wants the trash.
Maybe a trail of trash leading to a bathtub.
And you like kind of push him
And then
in?
it's like, yeah, it's like one of those rabbit traps where they take the food and the box falls on them. That's what it's going to be, but it's a bathtub. Then I feel like he'd feel really good though after the
But like all
bath.
of his world fame is about to disappear.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to fall ill if he bathes. That's why he doesn't do it.
So don't bathe.
Which
Simple.
I bet he's super healthy, honestly.
I mean, you gotta like. I wish you could test people's immune systems. You
Yeah.
could probably handle a heck of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This man's never gotten COVID. He might have started COVID, honestly. This- whatever this pipe he's smoking, like we smoked that community bowl for a long time. I'm sure this is way worse.
That can't be good for you.
Yeah.
It can't.
Yeah, no way. But he's 83. That's a
Yeah,
strong
he's not
life.
Showered for. I tell you what, these articles are not good for me to read because I see that and I think there's a lot more that I could be getting away with in terms of not taking my care of
That's what
myself
I'm
and still be fine.
saying.
And I know I don't want to tell myself that though, you know.
Like watching those inbred family videos, I'm like, these guys are like 60 and they're doing fine and
They
they're
really
inbred. I don't
are.
have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna take no effort.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You can live in such. The human body is amazing in what you can just punish it and the filth
is
and
amazing.
squalor you
Yep.
can live in.
Yep.
Yeah, so maybe we should get out of this handedness conversation
Right, the
now.
handedness conversation
Yeah,
that
if
we
you
were
had anything else to add,
About handedness?
yeah.
Nothing in particular.
Nothing.
No.
Okay. Well, then with that, we'll get to the outro. We'll think of something to say in the meantime.
We'll see you then, huh?
Do musical interlude.
And it's then.
Oh.
So what'd you come up with?
Shit, I thought we were gonna have a bit more time than 2 seconds.
Yeah, well, why would I take more time than that? They don't know.
Okay, well, I didn't realize that when you were telling them that you weren't gonna pause it.
Well, no, that's a lot of effort. I have to stop it,
Yeah,
then I have to start it, and then I'd have to import 2 files into DaVinci to edit it.
Your explanation, it makes sense.
Rather than...
I didn't even have enough time. I'm still on camera. That's good.
I forgot the camera was on, honestly.
I would love to see, honestly, some of the poses that I've struck in the middle of this thing.
It will be interesting.
I sit all over the... Oh, shit. I've been leaning out of it for
Yes,
sure.
you're just not even...
Yeah, because...
You're not in the camera, and I'm not looking at the camera.
Yeah.
It's just on in the room.
Oh, you're right about the wall losing paintings, huh?
Yeah, they're dropping.
Yeah.
We're down,
they're really right above your bed.
We're down 3.
That one's right at your head.
Yeah, lucky that one just went down. It's down between my bed right now. That one missed me.
Really? You missed the pillow?
I don't think the pillow was there. It's been weeks
yeah, okay.
since these came down.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that would be terrifying.
It is very scary to have a painting land on you.
It would be pretty funny if you put your penis photo there, though, and that'd be like...
My dick hits my face? Yeah,
and stuff.
that would be
fun.
very
Yeah,
funny.
that'd be really fun.
It'd be super fun.
Yeah, no, I did not think of an outro topic. The intro.
We could also see how long we've been doing and see how long we have to do an
feels
outro
like
for. We're at
quitters.
55 minutes, yeah. So really, it's at this point, it doesn't matter.
I feel like, okay, this is a kind of podcast where we've talked for a lot and said nothing.
That's what my podcast is.
Yeah.
That's literally the definition of it.
You're right.
And that's the podcast for everyone about no one. For everyone about nothing.
I think that sounds like it's
I don't know, something like
It's
that.
like the Seinfeld show about nothing.
Yeah.
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 But Seinfeld wasn't for everyone. This
is for everyone.
Yeah.
Anyone can tune in and learn something.
I learned several things today.
Is there anything you'd like to ask of the audience?
How responsive are they?
They're not. They're not. I ask them questions all the time. I get nothing back.
I feel like I'm teaching you. Wait, can I ask you questions?
Yeah, you can ask me questions.
Can I ask you questions about the podcast?
Whatever you want.
Yeah. So how much time do you honestly spend listening back to the podcast after you record them?
Once.
Just a single time.
Once.
And it's like, do you ever go back, or is it really like you get to a spot, you know you need to do something, you fix it, and do you even listen to it again? Do you get a once over?
Yeah. Like if I add a song and or like, okay, I got too loud there, I gotta dial that down.
Yeah.
Or if I gotta cut something, I will just like edit it quickly, play it back like 5 seconds before that.
Yeah.
If it blends in fine, we're going on. That's it.
And like that's a system you're like totally comfortable with.
Yeah, so like an hour-long podcast, I could probably edit in an hour and a half.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's quite a pipeline.
Yeah, it works out well.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd have the confidence to do that, you know. I feel like I'd want to be like listen to it like 3 or 4 times, make sure I'm pronouncing words correctly,
right.
edit stuff.
Yeah.
Nonchalant.
No, I don't want to listen to myself for 3 hours.
Yeah,
that sounds
it's
awful.
Awkward.
Listening to it once is awkward.
Is it still awkward to listen to your own voice? Like you've been doing this for a year.
No, it's not as awkward anymore.
You're getting more used to it?
Yeah. And I think just the process of knowing what I have to edit has speeded up a lot more.
Yeah.
So that's part of why the hour and a half. I also haven't changed my editing. Like once I found a routine, I stick to that. I know what my vocal processing is.
Yeah.
I know what I have to do for video.
Right.
I know the intro and outro. So yeah, it's just like follow that machine.
Yeah.
And then if anything stands out, usually nothing stands out. Like I'll remember, okay, I had like a snort at like 37 minutes.
Right.
So if I'm recording alone, if I make a noise, I'll like just check the time and just like recall that.
Okay.
And then if I know I got those like 3 things, then it's just like odd things like a chair making noise or something. Like that, because I move around a lot.
Yeah, I get you there.
Yeah.
Would you say you're still passionate about doing this?
Yeah, I would say so. It's the only thing of all the hundreds of things I said I wanted to do. The podcast is the only thing that's actually stuck through.
Really stuck, yeah.
And it's the only thing that like if I don't do it in the week, I'm like I don't feel good about that.
Cool.
Like I wish I did that. So yeah. I also feel I have a service to the people who have stuck through listening to it for like a year. I'm like, I owe them a podcast every single week.
They're kings and queens.
15 of you or whatever it is now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool for people to still wanting to be listening.
Yeah, they're still going. They're still going.
Amazing.
And the numbers have climbed slightly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, the key to growth is just YouTube.
Yeah, I think that
like,
makes sense.
I don't think Spotify really like shoves new stuff in front of you like YouTube does.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's really just about the numbers game in terms of like episode numbers.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the higher of a podcast episode number people see, the more established at least the impression becomes. Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, like 200 episodes of a podcast, like it can't be awful,
yeah.
can it? And then they turn on Air and Air Out.
Like it can. It can.
But they stick around.
They do.
Because it's like listening to Howard Stern. They just want to hear what happens next.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they make it through that intro song, we got them.
You're right. That is, because I keep listening to that intro song.
Yeah.
And I think like that's funny the first time you hear that song.
Yeah. Everyone usually like it's funny, but like I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then after like 3 episodes, like, okay, yeah, it's really catchy.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, like I still want to make a new intro,
We
but
should make
I
a new
wouldn't
intro.
even. I don't think I'd like permanently replace the current intro. It'd be
Okay.
like an alternate jersey almost. You kind of sprinkle
cool.
it in every now and then
Sure.
if you have to.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the main intro is just such a staple at this point.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
It's hard to get rid of.
And you have I was thinking.
And
of
I'd have to make a
editing
new
that you did for
video.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's worth us exploring more.
It
of
would be
that
fun
music
just to
stuff.
try and make more music
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah, for the podcast.
I think people enjoy that stuff.
I think we can work in your guitar playing.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll have to do some guitar playing.
Yeah.
You play bass now too.
I do.
And you
play
got
some
drums?
bass. I do
Yeah.
have drums. We could do some.
we could figure out a band.
instrument recording. We
Yeah.
could. Oh yeah. I think Martin is going to be picking up a keyboard at some point.
No
We're doing some
way.
Lessons.
There you
So
go.
we could have a little house band.
Hell
Although
yeah.
that might have to wait for a while because it might be like you're
Could
gone.
be a next year
before that
thing.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We can make a little 4-chord song. Something super simple. Yeah. Make some more videos before I'm gone.
Yeah, I think that'll be important.
Yeah, still gotta get out these 2 videos we filmed. Honestly, just finding time to edit is so hard.
Yeah.
And then every time I edit, I'm like, oh, there's more I want to do. Oh, there's more I want to do. So
Okay,
just
like editing the video motivates you to edit it more.
Yeah, I edit it and I'm like, okay, I like that. And then next day I watch it and I'm like, oh, actually, I want to change that. That needs to be
how you
shorter. That
feel.
needs to sync up better.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know if it'll ever be perfect.
Yeah.
But it's still probably like one big editing session, show it to people, and then
Right.
probably another big editing session.
Right. Yeah, when to release it is such a difficult choice. Like you really just have to let go of the project at some point rather than try to sculpt it into perfection.
Yeah.
Because if you just continue to try to chip away, it probably will never get there.
Yeah.
I remember I worked on that, like the intro song, like for a few days in a row. Every day I would come back to it, and I had done something the night before, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, undo.
Yeah.
And tweak this, tweak that, tweak this, tweak that, and you end up like going down like this river, this bendy river with the project, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I guess I found the end. Like,
Yeah.
I guess this is it. Like, there's nothing more I want to do to it, or like something more I want to add. I admit that it's not perfect, but it's like time to release.
Right.
And then there's the intro song.
Yeah, fair. I gotta just do that with that video.
Yeah.
And then release it and it'll get 16 views.
Oof.
And I'll be like, wow, great. Someone said LOL in the comments.
I mean, getting a comment on 16 is pretty good.
That would be nice.
16
It'd probably just be
views
Reed.
comment?
Or my dad would probably say something too.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
those are fantastic people to have in your corner.
Yeah.
Shout out Reed. Shout out Jim Brock.
Yeah, both long-time listeners.
Amazing.
Although, remember, I think I said on a podcast a while ago that I lost his subscriber and then regained it, and it was my dad.
Oh,
My
no
dad,
way.
yeah, he called me on the phone. He's like, yeah, you're talking about wiping your butt on the podcast. I didn't want to hear that, so I unsubscribed. I was like, thanks, Dad.
I can't
And then
believe
he resubscribed
I
after.
can't believe I had to live through that.
Yeah.
I had to live through that.
Oh, anyways. I don't know if I have anything else for this. Do you?
No, I didn't
No.
have anything to begin with.
Okay, good. Good. Well, that felt good, though. We got over an hour.
I feel like we can get to talking. We can get to talking about things, and we can roll with that for a while.
We can.
We can get distracted pretty easily and move on to something new.
Yep.
I'm excited to hear what the intro sounds like because I don't know when you started and I don't know what point in our conversation.
It's going to be just midway through you saying something.
Yeah, that's
I
what
just
it's
hit
gonna
record.
open.
Yeah. It's going to be mid-conversation, and then 10 minutes later we say, welcome to the podcast.
Great.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for these guys. I could even put that whole conversation just before the intro song.
Oh,
And then
yeah, I
that's
like
probably-
that idea. Do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Do that.
I
I
like-
hope you did it. I hope you did it. If you listen to
I
this far
hope
on the
I did
podcast, I hope that's how you opened.
Oh, I did do it because then I don't have to think of any intro bit.
Oh,
It's
right.
way
Because you
easier.
normally chat.
Normally I say like a little thing.
Yeah.
I try and do a little.
Yeah.
I was trying to do characters for a bit because I'm like, if I just get used to being stupid on
Yeah.
audio, that'll
Sure.
make it easier. And then I ran out of characters like 2 weeks in.
I mean, you gotta think of a new character every
It's
week.
tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a quote or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. That's a lot of work.
It's very hard. Yeah.
Just come off the cuff, be you.
That's it.
what we listen for.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you come on and be you.
Right.
And now we be we
Together. We're
together.
gonna come together.
Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, if this worked out easily, we could do this setup
All the time.
very simply.
All the time.
Yeah. We got the camera going still. Maybe figure out a better way to pay more attention to the camera. Because I feel like I just ignored them the whole time.
Oh, they don't need attention.
Yeah, honestly, who watches the video the entire time on a video podcast?
You didn't even make an effort to clean your room.
No, I didn't.
Laundry. You just got fresh laundry.
The laundry's clean,
Oh,
just not
fresh laundry.
folded.
What else you got? What else can you see? You got the Mighty Ducks hat on some more clothes.
Yeah, I think it's just a stack of
more
hats.
Yeah,
And paintings that fell down on me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to give this room like a thorough clean.
Yeah.
Get the floor clean. I'm gonna go home next week, bring a bunch of summer clothes back home, clean some stuff out.
Oh,
that'll be handy.
You should definitely start moving some stuff.
Yeah, do like a half and half move.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot easier. Bring that TV back that's been sitting in the stairs for...
It's our landing TV
Yeah.
though. What if you wanted to catch the game when you're walking upstairs?
That's true.
How else are we gonna do that now? It's never been plugged in, but still, like,
No.
I like the idea of it being there.
Yeah, it looks
it's
good.
It's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel empty without it.
It will. We gotta put something else up there.
Yeah. Oh, the tapestry.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's definitely the move. Wow. We're still on the podcast.
We're still on the
Kinda just
podcast.
talking about
Haven't
us
ended
now at
it
this
yet.
point.
Haven't ended. I always wonder what people are doing when they're listening to the podcast.
I'm typically walking.
You're walking.
I
okay.
listen to it whenever I'm like commuting by walking.
Yeah.
Or I'm on a walk for my day, or I'm walking to campus. That's when I'm listening.
Does it make your walk go by faster?
Oh, I like definitely like it's usually better than just sitting with my own thoughts.
Right.
But sometimes you can listen to this and then you pause it because you just get thinking about something.
Yeah.
So it helps for that. And it's like I find it pretty entertaining and funny, and sometimes it's like less so, and that's gonna be the case with everything.
Yeah.
And but it's like definitely a plus when it comes out.
That's good. That's good. You guys, let me know what you're doing when listening to this podcast.
Right, which they're a responsive audience. They will
get
get that.
hundreds.
How could you not be responsive to this man? This man, he's pouring his heart out for about 2 hours every week to produce this content for you. He's done this for a year. 52 weeks, 2 hours an episode, maybe 3.
Yep.
That's like 104 to 150 hours you put in for free for them.
That's huge. And they say, what, 10,000 hours makes you an expert?
I think so.
So I'm like 0.01% of an expert?
Well, a master maybe.
Oh, okay.
That's to master something is 10,000 hours.
Okay.
So an expert is presumably less.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you're much closer to being an expert.
I think I'd be an expert at podcasting.
I think you could be.
Just the act of podcasting, like marketing your podcast or any of that stuff. Yeah. Editing your podcast, no. But just sitting down recording.
You do a good job.
I could, yeah. If you took 10 strangers and like, hey, record an hour-long podcast.
I'd be tough.
Put them up against me.
Yeah.
I feel like I could do it with no.
I'd hope so. I'm doing 50 plus episodes. I'd hope so.
Yeah, I just bomb it.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be funny to like plant somebody in the competition who's like a radio show host who talks like 3 hours on the daily.
Yeah.
And just like watch have everybody else go, and then you go up there, you're like cooked it. And then this guy comes up, it's like
Yeah.
How did this guy get in here?
I would love to have more people that don't do podcasts, which is pretty much everyone I know.
Yeah.
Onto the podcast just to see how they feel, see how they change knowing there's a mic recording. So it's a different feeling.
Yeah, I at least for me, I noticed like I want to minimize dead air.
Yeah.
I don't want to not be saying something, and that usually leads you to forcing things, and I also want to avoid forcing things.
It's a really tough balance. That's why you got to plan things out.
Right, that would be helpful, wouldn't it?
That's the key.
Yeah. Instead of get to the outro and then be like, "What do you got, Ethan?"
We've had like a 10-minute outro right here now, though. 10 or 15 minutes.
I feel like it's that long only because you have not hit stop.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's actually listening to this anymore because at this point it's just us talking.
Do you get your listen data? Like, do you get to see how long people listen for on average? Do you get a curve or anything?
Yeah, I do. I don't really check it though.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't look at the stats anymore.
Yeah.
Early on, I was like, I'm looking at the stats, and now I'm just gonna make the thing.
Right.
If people watch it, they watch it.
Right. Because you're just gonna make it regardless.
I'm just making it for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Because I would be curious about that too. Like, I can't like who would listen to an episode every week and not listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, well pick an episode.
Pick an episode. How about episode 42?
Episode 42.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see.
I hate how people only talk about work. 40 views.
Wow.
That was the one that came out right after I talked about it on my work profile.
Oh, yeah.
So a bunch of people from work looked at it.
Yeah, they loved it so much they stuck around.
Look at the plays lately, though.
Zero.
Yes, this is the play data, which is very confusing.
Right.
100% listened to 0 seconds.
That's impressive. Every
100% got to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But then 67% got to 45.
So they made it.
But then 100% got to a minute 42. See what I'm saying here?
Oh, that has to be people clicking back. So like the people who made it to like past that point, they've clicked back to hear whatever's at 142 again.
Okay. But then we got 33%.
Yeah.
All up to like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And then up to 67%.
I assume that's another, like, somebody clicks back and listens, or someone has to move back and adjust.
Yeah. But I mean, the median time is 1 hour and 8 minutes.
So people do just, if they're listening, if they're going to listen to your podcast, they'll listen to it
It's
all
an
the
hour,
way.
9-minute podcast.
Yeah,
so,
people are just going to listen to all the way.
Median's what, the middle number?
It is the 50%.
Median mode?
Yeah. So there's, like, half of the observations in the set are below and half are above.
Oh, okay.
So that would tell you pretty much everyone who listens to your podcast will listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So they're still listening to this.
There's people still...
Like, this isn't dead air, but I'm not sure how interesting air this is.
I don't know. I don't even know if I've ever, like, turned off a podcast, like, just before it ended. You know, I feel like I would just let it...
Do you, like, turn off in your brain before you turn off physically?
Yeah.
Like,
I would stop listening, but, like, just let it keep going.
Yeah. I do it. I've done it.
Yeah.
If I get sick of it, I do pause it. And if I'm at, like, the end of something, I will just pause it. I'm not, like, letting that thing trail off and trying to ignore it. I'm done with it, you know?
Yeah.
But I could see that, just, like, letting it play through. I also have that, like, autoplay stuff.
Okay.
So if I do finish it, it's gonna start playing something else, and that's what I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
So I'll stop it and be done with it.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm just, like, already doing something else, I don't want to take the time to take my phone out and, like, stop it, and I'll just let it
just let it roll.
Yeah, whatever you're talking about, I don't care. I can turn my brain on something else. But I haven't even listened to a lot of podcasts lately. So, no.
Did you listen to more before you started your own?
Yeah, I think so. I listen like 3 or 4 a week.
And is it like because your schedule has changed, you don't have as much time to listen to podcasts?
I don't do a ton of activities where I'm listening to podcasts, and most of the time those activities I've been listening to music.
Right.
I'm gonna choose music over podcasts.
Oh yeah.
More often than not.
Yeah. Okay. I would at work, say, when you're doing the physical stuff.
Yeah.
It's like just you with headphones on.
Music, or because it's like such a long, like a 5-hour morning shift, I'd go like audiobook because I know I can get a huge chunk out of it.
Yeah.
Rather than doing like 3 or 4 podcasts and having to plan those out in advance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, we gotta clean the house.
We do have to clean the house.
The company could be here in 15 minutes.
They really could.
For all we know.
They could make a cameo. If we extend this for another 15 minutes of quality content. They show up. We get 4 people on the cast now.
Wow.
And now, hour 20 in, it's a new episode.
And oh my goodness.
What is this? Did you just rip your pants? Did you rip your pants sitting, or has that been ripped the whole time?
I feel like that's been ripped the whole time.
You've had a crotch rip the whole time and you just noticed it?
Yeah, I just fingered my crotch.
Your
and I got skin.
Wow.
That's very surprising.
Hot take, that's my favorite place for pants to rip.
Yeah?
It's like a little ventilation.
Oh, it is really nice.
It's
yeah.
fantastic.
I've got a lot of taint
No one
rips.
can see that. Like, you just noticed that.
Yeah.
You own the pants.
Yeah, you get a nice breeze on a summer day. It's like, oh, wow.
It's amazing.
Cools them right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it fits the style. The pants already have rips all
They
over
really
them. So
do.
I feel like,
why not have a taint rip?
why not have one right
How long do you think that has been ripped for? And you just noticed it?
I feel like they weren't ripped the last time I wore them, which would have been like 2 weeks ago.
Do you wear these to work? How do they rip? How do they rip? Just rip like that?
I don't
They look
know.
like they fit you. Like, they don't look like they're tight or anything.
Yeah, I
They
don't know.
feel tight?
I don't think I've done any deep squats, which is usually when
do
you
your
drop
splits
down
again?
and then it just splits
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
fair.
That happens a lot to me. But yeah, I took a shower, I put these on, and I've just been doing nothing. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe I gotta try and get on the...
Oh, right. Oh, that's a good call, yeah. Show it on the video. Do you want me to lift you up? I can lift you up here.
See it there?
Wow, yeah, really. That's very viewable.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow,
Right there.
can I get into that?
Don't need to fly anymore.
You can.
Yeah, it's a lot of space in there.
Yeah. Oh, well, on that note,
Yeah, that's a good closer.
thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you so much.
That last 10 minutes was pretty much all for the video viewers. So
Right.
if you're an audio listener and you stuck around, kudos to you.
Hope you're still paying attention.
Hope
or
you're still
maybe
paying
not.
attention.
Maybe not. I hope it was entertaining, you know?
That's the
'Cause
main
if
thing.
it's not
yeah.
entertaining, I don't get to come back.
Yeah. But I don't check the analytics data anyways, so I'm not going to...
So I'm going to sell you.
I'm just gonna
I
get
can
the-
listen to it and tell you how entertaining it was. And then get myself back on.
Yeah.
And then slowly derail the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I've also used up all 3 of my topics for the podcast, for my Plan New podcast. Now I got to think of new shit.
I was going to... one more thing. I was going to talk to you about seeing 2 HistAiries before I come on. And being like, those are research. You told me you want to do research for our podcast. You researched more for those than you did for this one.
I did.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I wanted to keep the right hand one for you because I'm like, it's my right hand man, and like, it just works well for a title. But yeah, now I got to think of more history things.
Yeah,
Usually, I
it's
just
not
like
bad.
finding the history of like some mundane object.
That's fun.
I was gonna do the history of kitchens and just talk about fridges, microwaves, blenders,
That's fun.
dishwashers.
That could be fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. What even? Like, when did kitchens begin?
No idea.
I'm like, do we call kitchens like huts? Like, are those kitchens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little fire pit, and like that's the kitchen.
That's
Did
the
they even have
kitchen.
rooms, or is it just
It's probably
house?
one large area.
Right.
That's it. One hut.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a teaser of a future episode that I'll research in a couple months and get around to it.
Write it down. Remember it.
Write it down.
I'm not very good at pointing at the camera. Oh, it's reversed.
It's very
How
tough.
do you do
Like if you try and point at a specific painting.
Okay, pick a painting and I'll point at it.
The top SpongeBob.
The top SpongeBob. I gotta. Is it right here?
Okay, yeah, you
Wow, I'm
Now
gonna
go
grab it.
over-
I'm gonna grab it. Ah!
Now go over to that nose up there.
What? No. What? Where's the nose?
That one.
Ah,
Oh, I
you
just
just
knocked-
did
just
the
knocked it off.
camera, so now. Look at that. I'm
There
there.
you go.
Well, I'm. Wait. Can I make it so my arm gets closer to it? I can. I want to pick it. I want to pick the nose. I'm gonna pick the nose. Oh, I think I'm picking it. I got it. Yeah, I figured this out. I could be a weatherman.
Yeah, you got it faster than I did. I try and like point to stuff up there, and I'm always going like this.
Oh, I mean, when you just have to just pull it out, yeah, for
it's
sure.
very
That's
tough.
for sure.
Like I try and point to my dick, taco burger dick.
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening to episode 55. If you really stuck this out, that's a kudos to you. There's been nothing for the past half hour, but yeah.
Nothing for the past 75.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Aaron out, and Ethan.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Now take what you learned and have a great day. Damn, it feels good to air out.